Welcome to Vegas Circle with Paki and Chris. And today, joining the circle with us, we're excited to have Las Vegas-based entrepreneur who's the founder of two business publications, the Las Vegas and Phoenix Entrepreneurs Magazine. He's also the founder of Skyview Network Events. We're happy to have Mr. Del Wayne. So, Del, good to see you, man.
Hey guys, hey fellas, man. Thank y'all so much, man. I'm honored and delighted to be a guest here on the Vegas Circle podcast, man. So thank y'all for having me.
We love it. You're a busy guy.
Every time I look up, man, this dude's in a different city, man. That's what we were talking about earlier. He's rolling, man. He's either in Arizona or he's in LA or back in Vegas. You say you just got back in Vegas yesterday.
Just got back in Vegas yesterday, so now I got to update the bio, man. You can add 3 publications on that bio now. We have Las Vegas, Phoenix, and now the Los Angeles Entrepreneur Magazine. I'm really excited about that. I want to just a quick shout out to my body. Her name is Alicia. She's on the cover of the brand new Los Angeles Entrepreneur Magazine. A lot of people in Vegas know her, Hard Body Barbie. You can follow her on Instagram. But yeah, man, we had a release event in Beverly Hills for this magazine over the weekend. I'm really excited about expanding into the Los Angeles market. So shout out to Hard Body Barbie, Alicia, my homegirl Alicia. Make sure y'all follow her on Instagram. And really excited about where we had it with the publications.
Man,
that's awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, I was telling
Chris. You're juggling all 3 of those. That seems like a ton of work.
It is a lot of work, man. I promise you, Chris, man, it's a lot of work. But I love what I'm doing, so it doesn't feel like work. And, you know, entrepreneurship to me is true freedom. I think that's where the real freedom come in at. And when you can wake up every morning doing what you love, that's what life is about. And I'm encouraging everyone to strive to wake up and do what they love and do what they passionate about every day.
I was excited to have you on because you got one of the best mindsets. I mean, you were saying, 2020 is one of the worst years, but you have to have that mindset of staying focused and basically no distractions. And you're proving that because every time we chop it up, it's like, man, your mind is always there. You always got great energy and your mind is always tunnel vision. Like, I'm not even playing with all this BS. Remember we talked a couple months back and I hit you and you were like, man, I'm still going. I'm not even paying attention.
Think about it. Right now, it's most important to keep that mentality, especially trying to start a new business in this climate. It seems almost impossible to do from a motivation standpoint.
Yeah,
I totally agree. We know statistically it's been already said that 40% of small businesses won't survive this pandemic, and especially business of color. A lot of business of color people, they're already set back already. And if you think about like the federal loans and the government loans or whatever that's set out to help small business owners, a lot of people of color are not receiving these grants and these loans and these finances. So as a man of color myself, I know how important it is for me to really stay focused, to stay ahead of the game without no distraction. So I know you're referring to the Instagram post that I posted the other day, and I encourage all business owners to not get distracted with what's going on in the world, and we have to make sure that we maintain business future to come, because this is what we do. We're entrepreneurs, and you guys know, man, being an entrepreneur, and it's something that it's a burning desire in us and in our spirits to just want to succeed in what we do in business. So that's what I have inside of me, that burning desire to want to win in business.
Yeah, you actually started in the South, right? Was it Atlanta? Did I remember correctly? ATL.
You got that correct. I went to Venetian College of Business in Atlanta, Georgia, and at college, I had a great time in Atlanta, man. I lived there for 22 years, and at the college, I opened up 3 barbershops and a hair salon, and I had a whole lot of fun in Atlanta, man. Those times, if you ever been to Atlanta, Buckhead, during the time, Buckhead is really a hot scene, Midtown and places like that. It's a nice city. Fresh out of college and being an entrepreneur. So after the barbershops and the hair salon, I did 13 years. Then I opened up new stores in the suburbs of Atlanta, Cobb County, right outside of Georgia. I opened up 3 music stores and clothing stores as well. So that's where I got my start as an entrepreneur. Well, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 7, but that's where, as an adult, that's where I really started opening up businesses there.
Man, I got to piggyback on it. So you've been a business owner since you were 7 years old? I can't let you just pass over that, man.
So my stepfather, I call him my dad, man. My dad, he taught me and my brothers at a young age back in Detroit, Michigan, we started off shoveling snow. We started off walking around, going door to door, knocking on people's houses and asking them if they need snow shovel. And that's how it started in me. So I thank my dad for that. And then from there, I just started doing it on my own, cutting people grass and raking leaves. When I was in 8th grade, I had like maybe 5 or 6 customers on my block that I cut their grass regularly once a week. And that's how I paid for a lot of my clothes and my shoes and stuff for middle school and high school, just cutting grass and shoveling snow and raking leaves. So that's how my entrepreneurship began.
It's funny. It's like it's instilled in you from a young age. You just keep it going.
At a young age, yeah. So I on Father's Day, I called my dad. We was just, Father's Day was a few days ago, and I'm still lucky and blessed to have my father. And on Father's Day, that's the first thing I told him. I said, Dad, I want to thank you for teaching me entrepreneurship as a kid, because those same values you taught me then, I carry those same values with me now. So I want to take the time right now to thank my father.
That's powerful, man. That's definitely great, especially to be able to learn that foundation is proven now where you're at. Like you said, 22 years,
Yeah.
You've built barbershops and you've done multiple different things that's help you connect the dots. So that's great. And
Absolutely.
what made you move to Vegas, from Atlanta?
Yeah, so I came out to visit Las Vegas back in 2012, and I loved it. As soon as I got here, I was like, it was like a new awakening for me. I was like, wait a minute, there's a lot of opportunity here. And as entrepreneurs, the one thing that we all do is there's a void, and we try to fill that void. As soon as I got here, my spirit was just initially just telling me a different voice that I see that the city doesn't have. And I'm just, my wheels just started turning. I'm like, I could do this. I don't see nobody doing this. I don't see nobody doing that. So now, as I'm here now, I'm feeling voice that I see that wasn't nobody else doing. As soon as I got here, I just saw opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
And what is your thought on kind of building a business in Las Vegas? Compared to other markets, now you're in Phoenix and Los Angeles kind of doing the same thing. You feel like it's an easier market to get into, or a little more difficult?
That's actually a great question. I'm glad you asked that. That's a great question. So Vegas is my favorite city in the whole United States. I mean,
Same.
Vegas is home. I love Vegas. It's home for me. So I will say with Vegas, it's a lot more opportunity here, I feel, than in LA or Phoenix. But on the flip side of the coin, I will say that Vegas, the city, they charge a lot to business, like to renew your licenses. You got to have certain, like for example, Uber driver got to have a business to drive an Uber or Lyft. With Phoenix and LA, you don't need that. You just need a driver's license. When I initially started my business here, I had to go through so many different county and city and state taxes and laws and fees, and it was a lot of money just to get started. Phoenix is one of the most relaxed cities for starting a businesses. Like, you really don't need a lot of that stuff. You can just start it, like, really.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
What's interesting, to piggyback on that too, is it's like, because so many people have set up businesses here, whether it's here or Delaware, they do that. So it seems like, because we don't have that state tax, that's where they get their money on everything else, the business taxes.
Licenses.
Exactly.
DMV, yeah.
Exactly.
When we were talking about that, because we all from out of state, I remember talking to Chris about, it's like, damn, when you go to renew your car, you're like, man, you got a whole mortgage. It's a whole mortgage.
Exactly, yes.
To renew your car.
Man, Clark County ain't playing.
Man, and I remember you go to California, it's like $90 when you renew your car. So it's a trip, man. But at the end of the day, you're 100% right. I love Vegas too. And I first moved here, I didn't like it. And then as you start moving around and you start networking and doing the whole nine, you're spoiled here. You really are spoiled,
when you first came to Vegas and you started, building your brand, started to do your, entrepreneurship locally, what was the biggest challenges you had in trying to create a magazine? Because, that's you have to be huge at networking to be able to do that. And how do you get people to buy in as you're kind of building your brand and building your magazine and subscribers?
So for me, with the magazine, it was pretty early. It's pretty easy. Paki said earlier, I started with the Skyview networking event. And when I first got here, back, just because by January 2019, I had this great idea to bring small business owners and entrepreneurs together in the city. So what I did is I went to the Skyfall Lounge in the Mandalay Bay, the 66th floor. I talked to the management up there and I say, hey, my name is Delwayne. I have this great idea to bring small business owners together to network here at your establishment overlooking the beautiful Las Vegas Strip. And I want to call it the Skyview Networking event. And I explained to them my ideal and my vision, and they was like, let's do it. So my very first event back in January 2019, I had 25 people show up to my first event, small business owners and entrepreneurs. And most recently, right before the pandemic hit, my most recent event was at the Waldorf Astoria on the Strip. It had over 1,200 RSVPs, just to show you the growth of the networking event. And that particular event, we had Stacey Dugan from Simply Pure. I know she's a friend of the show
Oh
as well.
yeah, Stace. Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
on the show. Yep, Stace is
yeah,
great people and great food. Great food.
great, man. That's my girl. That's my sister, man.
Yep.
That's my sister. And
Yep.
the strange thing about Stacy is she's originally from Detroit, Michigan, by way of Atlanta and then Vegas. So we kind of traveled the same path. It was just destined for us to connect. So yeah, her magazine cover was back in February, March, right before Blake Wynn magazine cover. And man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's like we hit him with a two punch. We hit him with Stacy, boom, 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 and then we hit him with Blake in March, boom, 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 and it's just been rolling ever since. And Paki, you came to me, you was like, wait a minute, man, we had Blake on the show, we had Stacy on the show. I was like, I don't know how that happened, man.
I said, let's go, man. I said, we got to get you on, man. It was so funny when I first was calling to get connected for one of your events. I
Yeah,
didn't realize it was you on the phone, right? Remember we were talking,
yeah,
and we ended up chopping it up, I think, for like 30 minutes for an hour or something on there. It's just so funny. That's the great thing about Las Vegas is everybody's connected
yes,
behind the scenes, man. Everybody's connected.
everybody
Especially the
connected, man.
positive people, man. The positive people, the people that are doing something that really want to make their mark, really want
Yes,
to, like, you know, give people different opportunities and connect people. I love that. I love that. Like when I brought Nick Santanastas on his team, to your event, they
yes,
were just like, man, it was great. They connected with Blake after that and had him,
right.
Blake. So it's just awesome, man, to be able to see what you're doing and connecting those dots. You seem like you've always been a networker, man, like naturally.
Yeah, it's so funny you said that, man. First, I want to say with Stacy and Blake, man, they both came to me after the magazine covers, and they say, and I love both of them. They say,
Yep.
Your magazine, being on the magazine cover, has opened up so many doors for me. Stacy, she got a food truck right after that, and Blake, he was getting all type of offers and things like that, like you said, and Nick. So
Yep.
I'm really blessed to work with them, with those two. And also, like you were saying about the networking thing, back in Atlanta, I started Love Jones Poetry, where I was hosting a poetry event at Cafe 290 on Roswell Road in Atlanta, Georgia. And I did that for about 2 years. We were helping get people on the Russell Simmons Deaf Poetry Jam. So I tell people that everything that I've done in my life has prepared me for today. And that's how I look at it. Like everything that I've done up to now has prepared me for what I'm doing right now. And that's including the Love Jones poetry that I was doing back in Atlanta has prepared me for the Skyview Networking event. And now has also prepared me for my new venture, the Entrepreneur Golf Day.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you got to speak on that, man. I know we had talked a little bit offline about that, but that's with Blake Wynn. Who's that with Chase Corbin and also
Mm-hmm.
Justin Escalona? You guys are doing an event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So what happened was during the pandemic. So with the Skyview Networking event, it was getting too huge. Like I said, my last event back in April had over 1,200 RSVP. So there's
Wow.
no restaurant or bar establishment that can hold that many people. So, but then the pandemic hit, so I had to put that on ice. So, because there's no way these restaurants like the Stratosphere or the Waldorf Astoria or even the Skyfall Lounge is going to allow me to bring 300, 400, 500 people in their establishment anymore. No time soon. So I had to be innovative and creative, and I said, what can I do where I can still bring entrepreneurs out? We can still network, but we can also wear masks and social distance. So I came up with an Entrepreneur Golf Day, which we had our very first one a couple of weeks ago, and it was huge. It was a huge success. We had about 25 small business owners and entrepreneurs came out to the Las Vegas golf course. And we played 18 holes of golf, and it was so much fun, man. It was so much fun just to have entrepreneurs, because we just came out of quarantine. So it was fun to have everybody on the golf course, just enjoying nice weather and playing a great round of golf. And let me say that you do not have to be a golfer to come out. Like we had first-time golfers, we had beginners, and we had a lot of fun. You were talking about what we're doing now. I came up with this concept, Chris and Paki, to give back with the social climate that we're in now, with with the I Can't Breathe movement and the Black Lives Matter movement and what's going on in our country with George Floyd and the whole police brutality. I said, what can we do? What can I do personally to give back to help for the cause, because you guys know that we're in a moment right now in our country that is historical. Like, we never seen this much energy circle around change coming from all walks of life. People are now demanding change. And when history is said and done, at the end of the day, when we look back at this moment in history, we're going to ask ourselves, or our great grandkids going to ask ourselves, what side was you on? Or what did you do to participate to help with that change? So I said, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were, somebody came up with this idea on Instagram to do like blackout Monday or something, where everybody posted black images. Everybody posted black images on social media. And I did not post it. I didn't post it on my personal page, and I did not post it on none of my businesses pages, because I thought that this was an easy way for people who not really necessarily believe in a cause, but to kind of perpetrate like they believe in a cause. I know business owners here in Las Vegas who have no people of color in their establishment. They have no Hispanics, no blacks, no nothing, but they still posted that image as if they are really for black causes. So I said, what can I do to separate myself and do something different so I can still give back to the community, but at the same time do something creative that set me apart from other people? I've always been the type of person where I set trends, I don't follow trends. So I think collectively, if we all do something on our own uniquely, we can all make a huge impact in changing systemic racism and fight for equality and injustice. So what I did was I hooked up with my friend Chase.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Who's these guys right here? Do y'all recognize these guys?
I wasn't ready for that, man.
Wait a minute. I want to get a quick shout out to my homeboys, man, at the Vegas Circle podcast.
There we go.
Also featured in the Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine. This is the dopest podcast in Las Vegas, man. If y'all not listening to this podcast, y'all need to get up on this podcast, man. I'm telling you, these are my boys, man. The best podcast in Las Vegas. But we're back to Chase, man. So me and Chase,
appreciate that plug.
Me and Chase, man, this is my homeboy, man. Chase is also on the cover of the Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine. He's actually on if I'm not mistaken, he's on the May cover of Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine. And let me tell you about Chase, man. This dude is such a good dude, man. As of today, and I want all the listeners in Vegas to hear this, Chase has the #1 selling Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine to date. Wow. We sold more copies of the magazine with Chase than we did with Stacy, Blake, or anybody else. He has the #1 selling magazine, and he's my partner. For we're doing an entrepreneur golf challenge, entrepreneur golf match tournament, where we're giving $1,000 away. Decided to do 100 black men of Las Vegas to give $1,000 away to them, just for starters. Originally, we had Blake and Justin to also go against me and Chase as in a golf tournament, but unfortunately Blake and Justin won't be able to participate. But we're going to make a special announcement this Wednesday. We have 2 new competitors that's going up against me and Chase, so we're super excited. We don't want to let the cat out the bag right now, but it's me and Chase against 2 new competitors. Match is July 18th. It's at the Las Vegas Golf Club, and it's at 9 a.m. and it's me and Chase, and we going up against 2 new guys, man. I don't want to let the cat out the bag right now, but y'all will see these guys on Wednesday. We're gonna release it on Wednesday. So
Chris can play, man. I'm
what? No, I can't.
What?
I just look like I can play because Paki only played like twice.
Hey.
Don't get it twisted. This dude gets Tiger Woods on. Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all heard it here first. After me and Chase destroy these 2 guys, we challenge y'all to in August, man, for $1,000.
I'll be out there.
Hey, man, you got time to practice.
Yeah,
you got time to practice. You got time to practice.
Chris ain't gonna let me be his partner on that because I suck. He gonna win.
You got. Hey, we can do it in September. That give you 2 months to practice, man, and it's for charity. It's for
Okay,
charity.
we'll do that. But
All right,
I got to make
sounds
sure I get a lot of practice here because I'm terrible.
I hope you're listening to your readers and y'all
Yeah.
heard this. I just challenged
No, I'm a man
Chris
of my
and
word.
Paki, man.
I play, but I suck.
All
I
right.
play, but I suck. So it's all right.
Hey, man, it's
Chris will
going to be
get me
so
out
much
there,
fun.
right?
What we do is, man, because we're small business owners. We don't have a whole lot of money. I'm telling you, we're not rich. And what we're doing is everybody's putting up $250 for starters. I'm putting up $250. Chase putting up $250. The two guys. So that's $1,000. And we know it's not a whole lot of money, but it's something. And anybody else that wants to donate to also to the 100 Black men of Las Vegas can go to their website and donate it to them. We take no money at all. We don't want anyone's money, so donate it to them. And even though it's only $1,000 this time, just imagine if we do it once a month. And at $1,000, that's $12,000 we donated in a year. So and that's just us doing what we can, you know. And that's just us just not typing behind a keyboard and saying Black Lives Matter or something. This is us actually getting out and trying to do our part. So,
you know, it's great to see stuff like that, man. You said so many positive things on there of not just basically just following a movement, like you said, with social media and things like that, following trends. You know, you actually stepped up and wanting to do things. And it's wild because, you know, behind the scenes, I've talked to, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag of different people I've been talking to. They're doing some amazing things offline.
Yeah.
It's just great to see. Bottom line, it's just great to see. And
thank you.
But Chase, he was a professional boxer before, right?
Yes.
Philly Freeze is up the name of his business.
Philly Freeze Me. Chase is a former professional boxer. He started this business, Philly Freeze Me. He boxed under Floyd Mayweather's uncle.
That's
and
right.
He's undefeated, man. A lot of people don't know
Really?
that. He's an undefeated fighter.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's no joke, man. Got them hands too. Got them hands.
Yeah, got them hands, man. And that's one of the reasons why I picked him as my mate. My golf mate is because of his desire to win, his passion.
I thought you was gonna say you talk smack, man. So you got somebody.
No, man. I need somebody who has that burning desire to win. We giving away money for charity, but we want to win too.
Of course. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'll be out there to talk. I'll just be out there talking crap, dude. That's all.
I got a feeling, Chris gonna get you right, man. Because there's no way you're gonna allow us to have bragging rights. I don't think so.
Yeah, we got that right away. Well, me and Paki are supposed to go out next week. We gotta play
ping pong or something, man.
Well, Paki, we're supposed to go out next week, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So tell me, what made you start Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine and Phoenix Magazine? What made you do that? I mean, I know that there wasn't a lane for it. And what's the criteria for different business owners to be, featured?
That's a great question, Paki. I appreciate that. With the Skyview networking event, it got to be so successful and so huge, I was able to take my event to Phoenix, Arizona, making my event, my networking and small business event, the #1 networking and small business in Phoenix. I have a motto that I tell people all the time. You attract the energy that you give out. We're like magnets. So whatever energy we give out, we're going to return that energy. So the people come to my event, just like you say, man, you've thrown a wonderful event. I make some great people at your event. That's because the energy that I give out, I'm reciprocating that. So I did the exact same thing in Phoenix and the exact same thing in LA. And now my Skyview networking event in San Francisco as well. So being the person I'm like, how can I take this to the next level? How can I bottle and package up what we're doing at the Skyview networking event and put it in some type of package to offer to people? And that's where the Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine came in at. And it just started growing, I promise you, it just started growing legs of its own. It just started spreading like wildfire where everyone wants to be on the cover. Everybody wants to be on the magazine. As of today, the Las Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine, we don't have any covers available until May 2021. The Phoenix Entrepreneur Magazine, we don't have any covers available until February 2021. That's how popular our magazine is. Our covers are gone. To answer your second questions about the criteria, we're looking for people who are making an impact in business and people who also making an impact in their communities. That's what we want. Of course, we are an independent magazine. We are a grassroots company. We don't get a whole lot of advertisement from big businesses, and that's the way we like it because we're blue collar entrepreneurs just like you guys. And one thing I think people love about our magazine the most, Chris and Paki, is that they can relate to us. We're reachable, we're sociable, and we're approachable. And people love that. When you think about Forbes magazine, you think about Fortune, you think about Inc., they always highlight millionaires and billionaires. But what about the blue collar entrepreneurs? What about the people who own barbershops and hair salons and cleaners and mom and pop stores? Nobody is recognizing and highlighting their achievements. And that's what we do. We want small business owners to feel just as important as the millionaires and billionaires, because guess what? We work just as hard as they do.
You know, it's great, man. It's great you said that. That's literally why Chris and I know he probably has something to say about that too. That's why we started Vegas Circles, because we wanted to, shine a light on organic stories, And yes, we've had, professional people on and, professional athletes and things like that. But there's people like yourself too that's out there that needs to shine, that needs the voice to be able to, to put them out there, man. And it's great, man. There's obviously a reason why, the first time we talked and going to your events, you needed to be on. You need that voice too, So it's great, man. I definitely support, everything that you're doing. It's great, man. It's great that you're here in Vegas doing that. Have you heard anything about, different speaking events? I know you did some stuff with Unify, where I think Gary Vaynerchuk was supposed to be out here right during the pandemic. Do you think, like speaking engagements,
yes,
like that, and conferences and stuff, do you think that'll start 2021? Because what's your take on that?
That's a great question. I think that people, the organizers, are afraid that if someone catches the coronavirus at the event, that they'll be sued. That's why you see Donald Trump now. He's making a lot of people that come to basically making everyone who come to his events sign a waiver. So I think when it comes to big establishments like the Gary V and the Unify, we were partnered up with Unify to bring Gary V at the Venetian. I think that there's no way you're going to be able to get 15, 20,000 people in these places no time soon. Maybe not even 2021. I'm not even sure if we're going to have a football season. I know you guys big in sports, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders do and what the NFL do. So I don't see it happening, me personally, myself. What about you? What do you guys think?
I'm curious, to your point with the Raiders stadium, brand new stadium, they're excited to kick that off. And
yes.
I can't imagine they're going to fight that tooth and nail not to let that happen.
That place is beautiful, man.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
But
I can't wait to get in there. That place is, man, it's like straight VIP everywhere.
60,000 people for sure.
Yes. Well, we know the NBA is doing a bubble thing down in Walt in Disney World. And Dana from the UFC, he's having his matches with no fans. They're in the octagon fighting, man. So, he's not letting the pandemic stop him. So, but with the NFL, it's a little different, right? Because you have 52 players on a team.
Yeah.
So,
it's a lot to that, man. It's a lot of red tape.
Yeah, it's a lot of red tape. So it's going to be interesting. But that's a great question. And I'm really pushing my entrepreneur golf days, because I know that when we are able to, so we're doing Entrepreneur Golf Day LA. We do Entrepreneur Golf Day. This is the Phoenix magazine, the July issue. We're doing Entrepreneur Golf Day Phoenix. So I know even when this pandemic is over, when we're able to continue the Skyview networking event, because we have like almost 50,000 followers on that Instagram page. Wow. We're gonna still have the golf events, and we're still going to have the Skyview networking events. So this just giving us the opportunity to push the golf events. So when things are back to normal, both events will be at the same level. The Entrepreneur Golf Day will be up here, and everybody because we get emails every day. When is Skyview coming back? When is Skyview coming back? We're not doing it no time soon. We're not doing it, and probably into 2021. We're not even planning it. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I love about you, Dale. Everybody keeps talking about pivot. You figure how to pivot, man. And I love it.
Thank you, man.
That out, man. That's what I love about you, man. You figure out how to
Thank you, brother.
Tell me, what's your favorite? I got to ask you this, because we ask everybody. What's your favorite restaurant in Las Vegas?
Oh, man, you really put me on the spot.
I know you get out, man. You know everybody.
Man, you put me on the spot right now, but you know what? I hate to call out.
I don't piss people off, because you know a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know my favorite restaurant, but once again, I might piss someone off. But my favorite restaurant is the House of Blues. This is my favorite restaurant. Man, I love the House of Blues, man. So a lot of people don't know, but I also work with LV Live Presents. We also put on concerts. we also that's my other niche and forte, which I'm not able to do because of the pandemic. But a lot of things that you see going at the House of Blues, man, I participate in that. Music 40 Monday is every Monday where they have young college students come out and perform every Monday. I also help promote that as well. So the House of Blues is my favorite restaurant. They show me so.
That was perfect timing. I swear, this dude's the best network.
They showed me so. Yeah. They showed me so much love, man. Yeah. They allowed me to bring the top 25 entrepreneurs there, as you guys was there. And next March, we're having the new top 25 under 25 at the House of Blues, and we're going to have a new young entrepreneur on the cover. Last year was Blake, so we're going to have a new one at the House of Blues.
We'll be there support, man. House of Blues does
awesome. Thank you.
That's some good food for sure. So what's next, man? So we got coming up, finishing up July. Anything that's on your mind that you want to share?
Actually, man, this has been the best interview I've been on. You guys are the absolute best. I want to say that people have been reaching out to me like crazy for interviews, I promise you. And I've been turning them down. So when people see this podcast, they're going to say, how did you guys get him? I've been turning down interviews all year. I say, no, I'm not doing any interviews. I'm not doing interviews. So you guys are the very first interview that I had. Yeah, man. You guys are the very first interview that I did here in Vegas, and I appreciate you guys. And to answer your question, man, what's next is Los Angeles Entrepreneur Magazine, Phoenix Entrepreneur Magazine in Las Vegas, and the golf events. That's where my focus is at, and the golf tournaments, giving back to charity. For the rest of the year, that's what we're focusing on right now, is giving back and just pushing entrepreneurship. I just want to say that I look at myself, and this may sound super strange to some people, maybe it won't, but I look at myself as the male version of what Harriet Tubman did back in the day. She was helping free slaves, right? Well, today, to me, I personally think working for someone else is the new slavery. To me, I think entrepreneurship is the true freedom. And if I could do anything to push people towards owning their own business, then that's my legacy. That's what I want to do. I want to push people to start your own business, work your own business, be in charge of your own destiny. If you have to go to work every day and push somebody's clock, you're pushing their dreams. You're helping their dreams, especially people of color, Hispanics and African Americans, man. We really need to own our own businesses, and we really need to have some type of economic power, man. So that's what I want to say.
We're going to say he's running for governor, man. Dale going to be this dude. Y'all got me. Dude need a voice, man. I love this dude's energy, man.
Paki, man, y'all got me unfiltered, raw, and uncut.
Love it. Yeah, I love it, man. But honestly, man, I really appreciate you spending time with us, man. I really do.
Man, it's been a blessing.
Seriously, support everything that you're doing, man. Seriously.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Yep. And y'all heard it here first. Me and Chase against Chris and Paki coming up hopefully in September, man.
Yeah,
we're giving $1,000 away. We're giving $1,000 away from charity, man. It's gonna be great.
I'll send you some videos, Dollar Paki golfing next week when we go out there and see what you guys think.
Hey, man. I got
to really practice it.
Yeah, I got 2 trainers, man. I got 2 golf trainers that I would give you their number as well. Okay. So they work with me and Chase, man. We pretty serious about this thing.
You ain't gonna put me on video. I got the swing like Charles Barkley, the horrible. No video cameras. Only video cameras in y'all 3. Hey, man, seriously though, but I really appreciate your time, man. For real.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you again for having me, and looking forward to connecting with you guys in the future.
No doubt, man. Thank you. Go check us out at PakiChris.com.